Yo, is there some intellectual property thievery happening in the chat? Loadador, gamer, Kel, gamer. Hi. Hey, that's my line. It is. Bring down the law. She's above the law. Unfortunately for you. I'm sorry to say. You've been successfully stolen from. How you doing, dude? Thievery. Start of the stream ads are gonna run here in just a second. I can't stop them. So, I'm just gonna let them happen. And then I'll be back once they're done.
You have my sword.
Less than 3.
You have my sword.
Less than 3.
You know, I don't know why I'm not able to hear that alert. It's not getting routed correctly, I guess. Oh well. Were you able to hear that sound? Okay. So it plays through for the stream, but it just doesn't play through for me. I don't know why that is. Whatever. As long as they're playing. Okay. It works for me. Anyway. Hello, hello. I'm gonna be working with some trains today. Trains. Hello. Specifically this little track right here. This is one of the last things that I wanted to do in this building before I was gonna leave it alone, so it didn't continue consuming my life. I'm not super happy with the way that the tracks just kinda don't have any support at all. So I'm going to fix that. Also, I wanted to level this out so that this is as straight as it can be. It has to dip down over there after a while to hit the intersection. How do I do this? Probably grab it from here. So that's level. And we just zoop it on over here. And hope that that's not too low down. I don't think it is. It can still connect right there. Okay. Is that a good angle though? I might want to... Oh. I want to rotate it just a tiny little bit to get a better angle. We're gonna have to do it when there's not a train on the track. It would be a little problematic. Okay, there's currently no trains. Nobody arrive. Don't do it. Oh fuck, I'm gonna run out of hover. No. Come on. You can reach. Hopefully I'll connect. Yes. Alright, this one might already be in a good spot. So that's level now. Just need a new wall support. Where is my wall support? There it is. It does not snap very well for some reason. Something broke at some point and broke my blueprints. Not surprising. I think some of them were broken to begin with. Alright, so that's nice and even. And that's a pretty gentle incline to get down to the intersection. So I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it. Then I just wanted to make some smaller wall supports. So these didn't look like they were floating. Because there's quite a bit of distance between these. But I can't just make more of these things. Because it'll make the tracks janky. I don't want them to be janky. Speaking of janky, this might need to be just a little bit closer to the wall. Maybe like that. We'll see, hopefully. No trains on the track currently. Nobody show up. Please do not derail. Alright, let's see how this curve looks. Should be a little bit smoother. And where's my wall support? I don't think I need it anymore. Hopefully I'm not in a position to get hit by a train. Okay. That looks much smoother. Very nice. Oh, okay, I guess I'm safe. One grazed my ear. Alright, so where would I actually be able to include extra supports? I'd probably be able to include a few more right here. Maybe one right here. Might be hard to actually get any more than I currently have. Back with coffee? Hell yeah. Hope it's a good coffee. Coffee. How to steal my trademark greeting because you were subbed to this man, this fine man. Oh, thank you. For being so kind and so gracious. Incredibly generous. She's also sitting right next to me. That's the other reason. She has given me her Bezos bucks though, which is awesome. In bop range. Yes. Just in case. Just in case. How are you doing, brother? Okay, let's just start out with something basic. I know it's gonna be pretty simple. I'm good. Tomorrow is big patch. Big PoE 2 patch. What's coming? New area in Genshin. Oh, okay. Slavic and Nord themed. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. I like that theme. So new, like, big area. It just feels like I'm designing something that's like a weaker version of what I already have. I wanted some really light ones that I could just string along, but I'm not sure. Not sure about that. Okay. Switch routes then. Maybe make some sports that run the length of the tracks. Yep. Nod cry. Might have to try Genshin. What was that in to trying Genshin? Genshin feels like one of those games that just completely consumes you. If that's what you want. Oh man, this is not gonna work. Okay. Thought I had a blueprint. Good game, don't get me wrong, but there's always a but. Yeah. I assume as someone who hasn't played it that it is the gotcha. That's the but. Is that true or is no? Is true or is no? Perhaps yes, perhaps maybe no. This was my little track support. I have to recolor it. Just see how this works. It'd be a little bit tedious to do this, but it might be worth it. Precisely, they know how to make people really like the characters. It's down to the science. It's because they're hot. Yeah. True. So they have just like a room full of scientists looking at beakers and being like, this is yes. This is we can increase the sex appeal of this character by 25% if we just, well, it's not hard actually. Just make the booba bigger. I can just do like this in the coloration of the building. Characters in Genshin, honestly, like, I get they are kind of sexualized, but they're also just kind of badass.
They all look really.
Like, it really isn't just that. As somebody who doesn't even play the game, like, if I played the game and spent money on it and I was saying that, you'd be like, okay, dude, whatever. Yeah, of course it's not a sexual thing. But I don't even like the game. And I'm like, yeah, character design's kind of cool. You're halfway there, but that appeal is not enough. No, for sure. You need like, you need fun gameplay, I'm sure. Whatever else ends up appealing to their target audience. How do I actually connect this to my existing supports? That's kind of my problem now. Anyways, I've been playing PoE 2 too. Oh, they made a PoE 2 too? Damn. PoE 2 1 didn't last very long, did it? I've been trying to play. I rerolled a warrior. I think I've been having more fun with that. I think it fits the pace of the game a little bit better. Just to roll around and bonk. The bosses feel a lot better. I think PoE 2 is a fantastic Souls-like. Warrior Warbringer Shield Wall character going well. I call him Wallbringer because he brings the wall. Nice. I'm unsure what I'm gonna go for still. I wanted to try out some of the fire stuff, and when I initially made my warrior back in well, I guess the beginning of the game, point 1. I went slams because I got baited by Titan, and then Titan was bad and counterintuitive, and I left my baby perfect strike behind, and I regret that. So I think I might do something with that. Either that, or I've seen a corrupting cry build that I like the look of, and I always really enjoy corrupting cry. Or I did before it was executed in PoE 1. But I've seen some pretty good setups that look quite enjoyable. If you need a backup plan, just call me. the shield wall slaps. The shield wall, is that the one that like raises a bunch of deployables in front of you? And you can you what, like shatter them with other skills, like combo into them? And I assume it scales off of your shield stats like all the other shield skills do. Yeah, and you Warcry them. Ooh, okay. So it's like a make a shield wall, blow it up with a Warcry. Yeah, that sounds great. I will. If I need the backup, I know who to call. Try and get some little lights on here too. I think I just want white. And then gradient. Maybe a little yellow. Guess this doesn't really serve to make it look like it's any. Does it look like it's more supported? Maybe. It's not going to match existing tracks though. Pretty cool. Did the campaign pretty easy with a mediocre shield. Then I got a massive 1245 armor shield. That thing is disgusting. Tripled my damage. Yet to find a boss that's not getting two-shotted by the wall. Is it satisfying to blow up the wall? So I was hoping to stick with a build that's very satisfying to play. That's why I went back to Warrior, because I know all of the skills there are really satisfying, even if they're slow and, you know, hella. Around tier 9, bit bottlenecked by map drops. Yeah. Quite satisfying. Nice. Alright. Wonder if I could make a blueprint that lets me run the beams out of this smaller connection point. So it's not quite as bulky as these, because small metal pillars don't curve correctly. Okay, I think I have an idea then. Let's go up here. I think there's a nice flat area up here. Ah, yes. Beautiful. I just don't have any power connections up here. That's okay, I don't need to go very high. We got a small YouTuber I can recommend, who I half copied. I found him randomly. Yeah, I feel like the PoE 2 like build scene is probably gonna be saturated by a lot of new people who just found the game for the first time. And are like, ooh, I like this game. PoE 1, not so much, but this game, cool. Alright, I don't know if I'm leaving myself with enough space. I guess I can do this in the middle of the designer if I just delete this. And stretch this back from the correct point. Funnily enough, looking at his uploads, he started with PoE 1. Could just be a true gamer, a true exile. Just a video game enjoyer. I just know that a lot of people are finding the game for the first time after, you know, Period 1 didn't satisfy them because it's old and a little dated. Okay, so I guess if I want to do the curve... Might be difficult to actually get this to connect unless I have a top beam that runs across. Oh yeah, they're just a gamer. Alright, and then it might also be nice to have the center beam kind of align with the height of this. That means it's going to be lower down. I don't know how I'm going to center these things. Okay, but I have the height now. It really just needs to be like right there. And then I'll delete that center beam. Bless you. Bless you. I'll just leave them unpainted. And I can give them a paint job afterwards. Why am I not typing? I don't even know what to call it. I guess that will suffice for now. Wait, what is it? What is it called? What is train track? Oh, railway. Okay, that's fair. Let's see how this works. I have no idea how it's even gonna work. It might not attach very well. I mean, the first one's gonna attach fine. Then I think the second one and onwards, I'm gonna need to adjust them manually. It's actually not that bad. Oh, fuck, the freeform build mode doesn't let you place inside beam supports. God, I hate that. Or beam connectors, so I have to delete all of these. Miss Notlon, it was a really fun region. Well, hopefully the new one's even more fun. Hopefully there's something fresh and new about it you can be excited for. Alright, let's get rid of all of those. Now I should be able to freeform. I do have to manually freeform between each of these points, though. Let's see how it looks. Before I stretch it too far. Right, I think the top crossbeam gets deleted. Ugh. Okay, that's not bad. It needs a good way to connect to this thing, though. Might mean I have to adjust the angle. Because otherwise I don't think it attaches to anything. Yeah, otherwise I'm left with that, and that's awful. These ones are built around the inverted ramps. And these ones are just beams, so they can do whatever they want. But if I built it around the same angle as the ramps, it would look like this. It would be a lot more anemic. Might not do as much to actually look like it's supporting anything. No, that looks terrible. I like it on its own. Doesn't look good when combined with this piece. I guess the other option is to try and extend this piece out so that there's a place for these to connect to. That might not actually look that bad.
And my axe.
Aim
Yo, Brett.
walking air.
Hey, I'm walking here. Brett, thank you for the 10 months at tier 1. So that's a total of 12. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. How you doing? Is that a little chaos orb you got there? Did you get that from the PoE2 weekend event? Yeah, maybe that's okay. That kind of aligns with the beams up above. Yes, had to showcase my orbs. Giggity. That's what makes it weird. But you know what? As long as both parties are consenting orb enjoyers, who am I to judge? Got some nice orbs there. All I'll say. Alright, how does that look clipping through? It looks fine. It looks a little janky down here, though. Not a fan of that. Yeah, I'm not super sure that I can just fix this with blueprints. I think this is a hand paint kind of job. Maybe that's better. Yes, I think that is a bit better. Also had a doctor visit today. Went well. Nice. They didn't call me a liar yet. Has that happened? I hope they don't do that. I'm glad it went well. Here's hoping, you don't get, like, a psychopath doctor. And that just that continues to be the case. I know sometimes doctors can be just, like, awful. Alright, I think that looks good. I can just keep going with this blueprint. My first appointment, I told them what's wrong. They gave me medicine. That same appointment with no diagnostics. For a super duper rare thing. Did they just prescribe you antibiotics or something? Like a complete mismatch of problem and treatment? Ooh, that's not right. There we go, that's better. They just listened and did what I needed. Oh, that was this one. As an American healthcare patient. Yeah, I'm grateful that I am not regularly in need of healthcare like that, but I have heard some pretty awful stories about doctors just like being terrible to their patients. Like just not listening, not believing them. think that'll look better once it's painted. But good. Glad to hear. Love me some Chaos Orbs, little balls of mayhem. It's a pretty cool badge too. Like that you can display your love of the game. It's not bad. It's not a bad little lattice. I think now that I have deleted the one that came with the blueprint, though, I'm not able to replace it. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's funny, though. It's a teaching hospital. So I'm like the monkey in a cage that every doctor wants to give a banana. That is a nice, very interesting analogy. Yeah, I remember you said that you were gonna see about signing up for, like, clinical studies for some stuff. Does that end up giving you, like, some kind of discount or something for your treatment? Because you go in and you're like, oh, I'm kind of doing you a service by volunteering to be here for this. Hey, come here and see this. Yeah, come here. Let me do it. Let me do it. I want to do it. Yeah, you gotta practice on somebody, I guess. Maybe I'll get the supports in place first. And then I'll stretch beams between them. That just feels easier. Figuring out that I can do this has been, like, one of the biggest boons for building train supports. Already comped? Oh, okay. Though for how I feel things have gone, I'd be a guinea pig. You don't feel like they're treating you like that? Like it's better than you expected? Oh, I guess I'll have to do that one too. And I don't know what I'm doing with that attachment point yet. We'll see. I might just leave it open. I guess these parts of the supports could be a little bit thicker. Like, these don't have to be just beams. It's just the connecting parts that have to be just beams. And this is set a little bit lower down, so maybe these intermediary bits could be pillars. How long is this, though? Because if it's not a good multiple, 10.7, that's definitely not a good multiple. Much better. Good. Only issue is they're very busy, usually on hold or waiting somewhere. Yeah, it feels like the entirety of healthcare. It's just it's always very busy. Somebody's always in need of something. Oh, even flip that into here. That connects to this beam. Yeah, okay. It'll be a nice final bit of detail work that I can do. Remember they're human too? Yeah, and they're just probably doing the best they can at their individual job. Healthcare is just understaffed and underfunded. And a lot of the people who do most of the important work are underappreciated. But they do it nonetheless. I wonder if this would work. It actually works quite well. With a gradual turn like this. I think I can actually do this, like a rounded track of pillars all the way around. I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I'm pretty sure I can. But I am the most important. They should cater to my every whim. All right, slow down there. Just call you Karen in a box next. Like off-screen partners that bring food and kittens. Yeah, true. They're very important. Alright, I think I'll end up with a little bit of short-term jank. I think the only reason that it looks like that, though, is because I'm not stretching it all the way back. Yeah, like this one's supposed to go back one more. Oh, yes. Okay. This is turning out pretty smooth. I like this. Like it way better than just freestanding track with nothing supporting it. I did not realize it would be so easy to just stretch beams along this. I guess because it's a gradual turn, I might not be able to do the same thing over here. Before I fully commit to that, let me take this thing over here and just try and do the same thing. I guess it doesn't have to be exactly aligned. Be like that. Are you gonna do pillars? Not for this one. This one has these wall supports that I'm kind of doing a suspension of disbelief with this one because the pillars would have to stretch so far down. I don't really want to do that. I'm just gonna try and make it look like I tried. Basically. I made these wall supports a while back that I do kind of like. But the track in between the two pieces was not supported well enough. So I just wanted a little bit of extra. But yeah, it would just be a little bit too much to stretch all the way down. Might try and do like some cabling off of the cliffside. I think that could look kind of cool because we have the braided cable and braided cable cluster now. So if it still looks like it's under supported, I will probably just add something like that. Maybe you could attach some of it to the rock. Yeah, these big ones are. And then what I was thinking with the braided cable cluster is I could, you know, stretch down some cables to give it like some extra attachment points. Because, you know, it doesn't need to actually be structurally supported. It just needs to look like it kind of might be. So that's the general idea. And then just stretch this like lattice work of beams underneath. I think a combination of those things will probably be enough to make it look like a proper approach. I've really enjoyed this method of putting supports under my tracks for a while now. Lets me use the freeform beam build mode. Kind of a cool way. Hi.
Hi. I like your trade.
Thanks. Well, my FPS is weird. Maybe that will fix it. Not some rickety rope bridge? No. No rickety rope bridges here. Maybe a little bit rickety, but you know. You wouldn't know that unless you looked very closely.
Hey, Bud, where's our cat?
He is in jail.
He's in jail.
He's in jail.
Can I release him from prison?
Sure.
Okay.
Until he commits another crime.
Okay.
And then he will serve another sentence. Alright, if this thing connects up nicely and I can put beams along the side of this, then I think sky's the limit. Because this one just turns a little bit sharper. So I'm not sure if it's gonna work. It turns, and since it turns a little bit sharper, the inside is a different length than the outside. Yeah, like right here, looks like it might be a bit of a problem. But let's try. Already beginning to notice a bit of an issue. He's released from prison? Okay. Hopefully no crime. No, no crime. Has he not learned that his actions have consequences? I think if I come from both sides, maybe this is okay. Crime. Yes, there's a little criminal running around and running loose. He's set his sights upon all of the carpet in my apartment. He won't stop until he's shredded it all. Ribbons. Ribbons, I say. Okay, so that gets a little weird right here because of how tight that turn is. But I think it's acceptable. It's within margin of error. Very destroy. I love that emote. You're an Italics watcher too. Have you been watching his latest RimWorld? I very much enjoyed his streams. Maybe let's get like a manual rotation going on here. Not particularly, but I like the game. Makes sense. I do like the game. I truly have been meaning to play Odyssey. But RimWorld feels like one of those games that's just so daunting to actually begin to play. This one's not gonna work. It's not gonna work like that. Okay, I'll just accept a little bit of jank on that one corner. That's the jank tax. For having the rest, because look, that's like... This is the one bad comment, and this is like everything else. And everything else is great. So, I think I did have it better though, and I don't know what I did to fuck it up even more. I should have just left it. Because now it's even worse than it was. Finds a way into my recommended section often. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. He's online, like, constantly. And he plays very in-depth in RimWorld. I think he does, like, 10-hour streams. And his most recent playthrough, I know, has been, like, 30 streams, like, every single day. Which is absolutely crazy, the amount that he, like, plays. Big, long play. Looks like it is actually just about ad time. Streamer privilege, though, you have chat. Yeah, I guess so. Here, I'm gonna go and take a bit of a break, because ads are about to start. And then I'll just come back and continue the detailing, because I think this is going pretty well. I'll have a couple of intermediary supports, and then like a smaller lattice and maybe some wiring on the cliff face, and I think that will make this look a lot better. Most of it is supported on the ground, it's just this one section that was like, this is not good. It bothers me. There used to be a super small streamer that played it. Not super entertaining, but he has a colony with 400 plus colonists, and it was fun. Wish someone did that. 400 plus colonists? How does the game even handle that? Are you sure that they're still alive? Maybe their computer exploded and killed them. I hope not, but I'm just saying. That sounds like a lot. Can you confirm that they're okay? Anyway. I'll be right back. It doesn't handle it well? No, I can't imagine so. Everybody constantly, like, having to pathfind and do each of their individual tasks. I imagine it does not. I will be back in just a few minutes while the ads play. You watch the trains go and enjoy the bops. See you in a few. Alright, hello. Ads over. He had to arrange them in shifts so they would break. So they wouldn't break everything, swarming across the map. That's funny. Playing long enough, you reach a point where a colony will sustain itself outside of combat. Okay, I looked at that. Can you tell? I looked at that emote and I'm like, whose fucking awful emote is that? And it's mine. I forgot I made that. I'm so glad though that that was my gut reaction, because that's exactly the kind of emotes that I want to make. As everybody has like their, you know, you've got your stock standard, everybody's got like their lol emote, everybody, whatever. I want to make emotes that people look at and they go like, who the fuck made that? So I'm really glad that that's exactly what has happened. You look like you have Sakisha's mustache. Does it look more like a mustache than a mouth contorted in fear and distress? It's possible. I can see it. Making emotes is hard though. It's really difficult to get like the size just right, so you can actually tell what something is. It's not an easy job. It's not easy out here. I like it though. I wanna make some more. It is fun putting them together. I hate Lotador seams. Need to redo the hand. It's so fat, but I'm fat. I don't think you need to redo it. I think it looks good. With the other one, the Madge, I can't, it's maybe because my chat is really tiny, but I can't actually tell what that facial expression is. But the thumbs up is good. I like the thumbs up. Yeah, there's another one. Wow, on the topic of cursed emotes that nobody should ever have to witness. Look at it's right there. It definitely is a problem with my my chat size though, because I can't see like any of these. I can tell what that is though, the voodoo dance. And that's the thing about a good emote, is even when it's small, you can tell exactly what it is. The Bantic emotes. Dude, I made something like that for one of my art classes in college. I actually made my face into an exalt. Like a bunch of different faces. I wonder if I still have that. That's a good one though. I think that one's pretty good. Regardless of how many people make their face into an exalted orb, I think it's a classic. I just enjoy it. Eggs halt? Why did you stop? It's not called an X go. This is some nasty overlap. Gotta be done. Somebody's gotta do it. Dirty job, but somebody's gotta do it. Oh, sorry, Bazinga. I forgot to say that, so you knew that it was a joke. Because otherwise, why would you? That was so bad. I'm so sorry. There we go. And then it just caps off by, dipping down. Or I could just continue it into the wall. Maybe I do that. I think it's gonna clip with these painted beams, so get rid of those. Need a switch to turn on physics? Dude, if there was a switch to turn on physics, my entire factory would just collapse. It would be bad. It'd be really bad. I would like to know, though, like, if there was a physics engine associated with this game. For, you know, if train physics just got spontaneously applied to every single structure. Yeah. Like, how much of my world would just fucking crumble? Probably all of it. I could only fully get on board with a physics engine if it was like, if it was like a support ticket system where, you know, I'd be like, well, you know, I tried. It would have to give consolation prizes. For like, yeah, you know, you tried. You tried to make this look like it would work. It just works because you tried. Oh, nice. I don't know anything about architecture. If that wasn't obvious. Just in case I needed to say that out loud for it to be known. Probably didn't, but... I just like building cool stuff, but also, I like when that cool stuff kind of looks like it might work. Even if it actually wouldn't. Damn. I don't know how I have not been hit by a train yet. I'm still waiting, actually, to get hit by a train for, like, the very first time. Just actually accidentally get hit by one. This train is a little bit too close to the wall. I might have to move that, but... We're not... Physics mode hasn't been activated, so it's fine. You tried, here's some cake. But your factory still collapses. Good job, nice. Your factory looks great. I clearly see that you tried to build supports for everything. Oh, does that mean that, like, it won't collapse? No, it's still collapsing. Watch. Immediately. No, I just wanted you to know that I noticed that you tried. But yeah, you're still fucked. I think it should count for something. I mean, less of my factory would collapse than, like, the average player, though, for sure. I would still be left with some kind of semblance of something. And most people's stuff would just come crashing down out of the sky. They're unsupported floating platforms. Okay. I think that is all of the lattice. I still want to put some more there from the intersection, but that is another... That's another hand paint job. I think this was actually pretty easy to get in place. Did I? I think I kept the same angle. I just extended it out. The belts? Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I do. Just like put some really stupid belts somewhere just because I can't be fucked to build supports for that. What do I look like? Some kind of belt support builder? Hmm. How far down was that? I think that's actually good. I won't ever call something finished without having gone over and done a pass to make sure nothing looks like that, but sometimes when I'm in the, like, interim of it, oh, absolutely. It will look so fucked up. You can't even begin to believe it. Belt supports. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. That is some nice vintage internet. I can see her face in my head. Alright, let's get the rest of the supports on the side. And I think I'll have a nice track, a nice little section of track. It's gonna be great. I wish it was easier to blueprint these things, but there really is... You kind of just have to build them by hand. Almost time, just a few months. Something I get more excited for than Mariah Carey? If I had a list of things that I get more excited for than Mariah Carey, I would be crushed under the weight of it. I feel like I don't want to be the Christmas Scrooge, but my god, every time Christmas music comes on, it's not even all Christmas music, it's just like, I think it's actually just Mariah Carey and like Dolly Parton. Because that is on a loop at my grandma's house. And god. There's like one night of the year where I just have to be subjected to that for hours and hours. All I'll say is thank God I don't arrive to family gatherings sober. Beans, greens, tomatoes, and potatoes. Damn. I do love Christmas food, though. I love a good Christmas dinner. My grandma always does steak and potatoes. Just twice baked potatoes and steak. And it is a glorious dinner. Distracts me from the Mariah Carey. Let's see how that looks. Not bad. Not a bad little curved track with a couple of wall supports. I might actually leave the unpainted. I kind of like the unpainted versus the red. I want to add a few lights to it as well. That's pretty damn good. The song is a bop? This song? Or the song? Might need to add just like a couple more. I don't know. Yeah, there's a little bit of a break there. If you just linked me all I want for Christmas, swear on me, mum. You better not have. Not even December yet. I wish I did now. No, this is way better. I'm so glad you linked me this. Hold on. This is awesome. We need to listen to this. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Now this is some factory building music. Oh my god, she's so soulful. That's awesome. No, thank you for linking me that. That was amazing. That's a bop. Shit, those are also beams. Yeah. I did actually forget that Thanksgiving was coming up. I feel like I always forget about Thanksgiving. Everybody's just so eager to, like, go right past it. Now I'm part of the problem. So sorry. Alright, I might have to do some beam connectors on the bottom. I don't know. I don't know if it looks good unpainted. Got a little bit of stretch to do there to connect it to the intersection, but I think that's looking nice. Putting some pepper in her steppin'. I had kids, I would sit everyone down the night before and watch Chicken Run. That movie is fucked up. That's how you turn your kids into vegans. Like, that's how you make them never want to eat meat again. You sit them down and you make them watch Chicken Run and you tell them it's a documentary. That definitely falls into the category of shit to do to your kids to just, like, kind of fuck with them. And make them think that it's just real. Real. Oh, did you hear about the great chicken break of like 1982? When does that movie take place? I don't fucking know. Where's the time frame for Chicken Run? Oh yeah, it was crazy. Some guy got like tarred and feathered and I don't know, doesn't the main villain get like dropped out of a hot air balloon as a chicken? A fever dream. Here we go. But I don't want to be a pie. Only line I think I remember a lot about that movie. I'm realizing. I don't know why. I remember what the main villain looked like, and I remember what his little henchmen looked like. Those claymation designs just like stick in your head. They're very notable. I think it was because I watched them in my art class. Because we would talk about, like, claymation, and then we would watch those movies. That and Wallace and Gromit. Jeez, Gromit. A little bit more. You did art stuffs? I did. I have done an art in my time. Ignoring the fact that my job is effectively video editing. I did do art before that as well. But that was like an elementary school art class. I did take some art some like college level art courses though, and those were really fun. I enjoyed those. That was where I made my face into an exalted orb. Because I was insanely obsessed with Path of Exile in college. And that's what I spent most of my time doing. And so it's what I spent most of my time thinking about. What else did I do? Yeah, but I think everything I did was basically, like, if it could be video game inspired, it was. Like, I did a Dishonored inspired painting. That was pretty fun. I also took a typography class, which, like, you'd think would be really not fun and would be boring, but it was actually really enjoyable. Because we did weird shit like using typefaces to create artworks. I don't know how it was a typography class, because it was, we would go from like, oh, we're the history of typography. Listen, this is the history of typography, to, you know what? Ignore the fact that it's a typeface, just use it to create like an artwork. Use it to like paint a building or create, I don't know. It was weird. College courses are really weird because you'll go in with one expectation and then it's completely turned on its head because your professor is a nut job. And he just gets to be that way because he's tenured and he's a college professor, so he wants to be there. So he's insane, loves his job, and can't be fired. Which is like the perfect combination storm for this class is gonna rock. Either it's gonna rock, or I'm not gonna fucking learn a single thing, but I'm gonna want to show up every day because this guy's awesome. Editing isn't real art, though. It's just copy-pasting. True. You got me. My control C and V keys are worn down. They're basically gone at this point. Gets a little tight in this corner. Fuck. This is a dangerous place to be. Make really cool videos. I've been impressed every time. Thank you. I appreciate that. I obsess. It's really fun, because it was actually part of what I studied in college was writing and like English, and that was one of the only things that both simultaneously allowed me to just kind of be a fuck up and play video games all day, but also like engaged me in something I was kind of interested in. And that's basically what I do now, is just write scripts for videos. So in kind of a roundabout way, I do end up using what I learned in college, which is pretty cool. And as an added bonus, I get to talk about stuff I actually care about. Come on, I saw. There we go. I did a super short edit to my PoE 2 boss fight. Took me like 2 hours. Until you get into an editing software, yeah, you don't realize, like, how long it takes just to do a very small amount of editing. it's very deceptive because you can spend those 2 hours working and then you're like, all right, I've just spent the last 2 hours working. What kind of work did I get done? And then you look at your timeline and it's like 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds of actual video. And it's like, oh no. I think Parks and Rec has a bit about that where one of the characters becomes unemployed and begins pursuing his passion of doing stop motion filmmaking. And he's like, all right, I'm going to show you what I've been working on for the past like 2 weeks. And then he plays the video and it is 10 seconds. He's like, what? That's it? Where's the rest? That's how it feels every day. I open up my fucking editing software and I'm just like, where's the rest? Like, surely I did more than this. What? Cat has arrived to scream. So, Mr. Editor, when do we get super sweet BRB screens and intro stuff? Maybe one day. I still have PoE themed ones. I know. Ugh. Right now, you just get the cat. Because he's decided to come in here and scream. Let me make sure. Is he even actually on cam? I don't have my OBS up. There we go. Okay, now you can see him. Turn around. Look, say hi. No, I don't want to be on camera. No, I don't want to. Alright, buddy. How about you lay down? Think the biggest work is creating the pipeline? Yeah. Yeah, a good pipeline helps. I've got a pretty good method right now for like scripting and recording and moving through that pipeline, and it definitely has helped a lot. But yeah, I do want to do some more stream stuff, like visuals for stream. Actually, I'll probably do one while I'm making the next video that I'm planning, because the next video is based around this building, which is this is like the best thing I've built in this game by far, I think. So probably be based around this. Yes, cheesy lace pipe. You were waiting for that one, weren't you? When you wrote pipeline, you're like, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna type it. Let me see. I think I ran out of my music. Let me get some more going. This one's really good. Hey, bud. Would you mind monitoring him, maybe removing him? Because he's playing with fire right now. I don't know why. He loves my green screen. It's like the fabric it's made of. I feel like it's... Whoever made this green screen also, like, on the side manufactures scratching posts for cats, because it's got to be the same material. He loves it. No, he wants to destroy. Your battery? Yeah. The battery, the entire structure. Actually, I've been working on a lot of it. Been working on it a lot off stream, and it's changed a lot. I've added a bunch.
He's so cute. He's watching me play.
You watching? Biscuit, do you want to learn about structural solutions to engineering? I think one of the... I want to learn about chaos. One of the coolest things I've done is make these signs for all of the floors. And just like come back in here and add some supports and detail work. I love the interior of this building now. It's so cool. I've done the thing again where I spend like a bunch of time redoing an older building. Oh, these actually need to be replaced up top, don't they? But I love it. I love how it's turned out. I'm getting lassoed. My fucking camera is getting lassoed. The colors? Yeah, the colors are... At some point I decided that each floor should be color-coded, and... Because at one point it was basically just black, red, and silver on every floor. And I'm like, alright, let's just go kind of crazy with it. And I'll color-code each of the bottom 3 floors independently. And I think it has improved the floors a lot. I'm gonna trash my inventory so that I don't lose any of these things. Damn, I can't even upload heavy modular frames anymore because I have so many. Alright, that should be good. I just don't want to lose any of these items and, like, forget to replace them down. Because these were supposed to be decorations for the room above, but I lifted the entire building a little bit. So they all fell down. They're in the wrong spot now. Ah, yeah, I think I might have to delete this sign to put the pillow back in its correct place. I have to delete the wall, too, for just a second. There we go. I think that's probably good. Was there another wall under here that this was connected to? There was. It's a shame that the decorations that I placed don't stay, like, on the ground where I put them. When I use the map editor to move the building. I have to replace every single one of them manually. That is unfortunate, because I've been really enjoying just, like, hand placing decorations, but it gets a lot harder to do. It's a big nut. It gets a lot harder to do when you need to do it every time you move a building. I've relied on moving my buildings for a while. Just having the ability to, like, map editor them around if something's slightly out of place. There we go. That's better. I think I just had computers and AI limiters in here. Okay. Not so bad. I mean, it wouldn't even be a problem if I just waited to decorate until I was actually done, but, you know, I can't. Hey! Cersei, why are you down here? It's dangerous. How did you even get down there? Why don't you stay up here? I don't know if there's a good place for, like, a doggo pen. I should just bring her. You're just coming home. You're coming with me. Alright, let's go back to Cliffside Sports. Just like, I like showing off. That's the benefit of spending all of this time obsessing over detail work, is that I get to show it off. And just brag a little bit. Alright, if I were going to do, like, cable supports down, I'd probably want to do them from quite high up. I don't want them to clip through the trains. Maybe I'll wait to do that until I think I actually need to. This one didn't really even need a change, because that one's not angled. Am I done? Might actually be done. Let's see if I want one more stretching through here, through the middle. It does look a lot heavier now with the pillars on the side. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. And I do want some lights on it, though. Maybe do slightly bigger lights there. And then just like one smaller light along this. Try that. I would put it up here, but I think with the way I have those beams placed, they're not going to be aligned. It's very difficult to actually put the signs where I want them. I could do an overlapping sign all the way across this top part too. Kind of match that. Let's try the intermediate signs first. Just see how that works. Oh, that was a complete accident, but that actually might look good. I wonder if that copy and pastes cleanly on... Ooh, actually, I kind of like that. It's on triple emission strength. So it doesn't really function as a light, but I do like it. That looks really nice. And it was completely accidental. I just don't know if it doesn't stand out enough. Like, those ones stand out, but maybe the other ones don't. The little ones. I don't know. Hey, would you mind locking him out of here? He's just being a little chaos goblin.
Look at him.
I see him. He's so fucker. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. I think I like it well enough. And I'm not gonna start messing with the signage on the intersection. That's a different beast. I designed that when I thought I wanted a bunch of lights on everything, and then I kind of realized that the one I designed that doesn't have the lights, I like a little more. Because if you have lights on literally everything, then it stops being as standout. Doesn't look as good. Although just a few lights here and there wouldn't hurt. Just a few extra little lights, you know. What harm would an extra set of lights here on this side do? Wouldn't that be a problem? I do really like this connection right here. I wonder if they're... the problem with this is I would now have to redo the entirety of the rail if I wanted to put another one down. So I think I won't. I think I'll just leave the structure of the rail and add decor onto it. Man, the Mighty Silverfist one-shot clips are always funny. Here comes the gorilla with the pillar. I don't know why, like, I get it, it's a big gorilla with a big slab of rock, but why he's so strong? Like, gameplay-wise. Why he's so strong? You know? It is really funny, though. He just comes in slapping. Cause funny, big monkey. Yeah, it's a universal language. Everybody understands big monkey. Doesn't matter who you are. You understand big monkey. Unless you're one of those people who are like, yeah, I could fight a monkey. Like, I could fight a gorilla. Okay. Hope you got your will written. No way, bro. Yeah, dude, even just like a regular chimpanzee would kill you. They are literally all muscle. They would actually tear your arms off. Not even exaggerating. Sometimes I think people just get too comfortable and they forget that nature has evolved to kill us very efficiently over millions of years. Not us specifically, but just like everything. And the only reason it doesn't every single day is because we have guns. Alright. Just remake these. And then I'm gonna start looking into cliffside supports, like with ropes and stuff. To see if I can get something looking good with that. Because now, it's actually... I've built it up so much that it looks kind of heavy. Which, you know, is supported on the bottom, but it does look extra heavy now. So, maybe... I could do, like... an upper layer of support from here. That attaches to the cliff face with, like, some ropes. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go hit the hay. See ya, Jeezers. See ya, Jeezer. Have a good sleep. Shall see you around. Thanks for shooting the shit, gamer. Sip of fix-it bottled water. Yes, that's probably a good idea.
Free Shavakadu! Free
Shavakadu! Thanks. Yeah, that's right. There was no free Shavakadu today. Well, that's now solved. Thank you. I appreciate it. See you later. Hmm. I don't think I want a full archway over the top. But I think I did like one of these. Maybe like fully curving over into the cliffside. I don't know if it would make any sense to put any glass here. Now, neither of those help. There's a tertiary curve direction that would be very helpful that I don't have access to for some reason. I think I can just do it by hand, though. Maybe. I mean, that looks pretty neat. I don't know if it accomplishes the goal of making it look like it's more supported than it was, but it is pretty neat. Oh yeah, what's your job again? Oh yeah, I build supports for trains. Yeah, so tell me, how does this support the train? Oh, it doesn't. So what does it do? Oh, looks cool. Alright, you're fired. I think too many of these things is not so good. So yes, it's very neat. I might do another one, but I think I need something else as well. Okay, that section is probably small enough that you could be like, yeah, that's okay. It's this middle section that's the problem child. I'm falling. Where's my power grid? Hello? Apparently I'm not close enough to it. There we go. Let me do another one of these over here to see how that looks. Could be good for signage. Put signs on. And then how did I do the windows? We should do a different type of window. I think those might not clip as well though. We'll see. Now that actually looks really nice. I wonder what happens when I paint these. Where do they get painted? I don't think they get painted. I don't think they get painted anywhere. Alright, so that little archway is quite nice. This little archway is also quite nice. But which one is nicer? The one on the right might be a little bit too busy. I always find that problem with these types of windows is that there's just too much going on. Alright, so that's close enough to the intersection. Why am I not connected to power? And that's close enough to the building itself. So, I think all I need is something in the middle. And this is also where the overhang is the most aggressive, so it kind of works. Alright, I might not be able to connect something to all of these. I think that's about where it stops. There's nothing to really connect to. Wonder if it would look as good just on the other side. Because knowing nothing about architecture at all, my thought process is that the train is going to weigh this down more on this side than it will on that side. So you'd want a cable coming over the top. But maybe it looks fine just being like anchored into the wall. From here. I don't know. Let's try it. Give it a try. I would like the same angle if I could, but I don't know how to ensure the same angle. I guess just guesstimate it. Go for it. Yeah, this also doesn't block the track. Can these just go straight up, actually? I think some of them can. The fuck, dude? Oh yeah, do it. He's gonna throw a rock. Okay, don't throw the rock. Oh shit. Goodbye. That's what you get. Oh, they disappeared. God, I love this mod. This is so much more fun than just killing them conventionally. Don't you do it. Stand still. Okay, fine then. Might not be a bad idea to just have, like, some kind of clamp. Give him the clamp. Coming out from up top. That this can, like, hang from. Yeah, instead of hanging from the wall, hang from up here. Guess they'd need kind of different positions. Might actually let them hang from this side too. If I just extend them out. Feels weird just having a little tiny beam support. Oh, is that slightly misaligned as well? Okay, well, not the end of the world, I guess. Probably wouldn't even be able to tell from a distance. If you just get far enough away, it looks fine. Yeah, so I can't do that for the whole track. I keep losing my power connection. I mean, that helps. Maybe, a little bit. It would be nice if I could do it all the way along. Hmm. Well, you take a small break anyway. Ad's about to show up. And I'll be right back. It's definitely improved from what it was before. So at the very least, I've left it better than I found it. It's always what I try to do. Be back in just a few minutes. Ads are going to play. Don't get spooked. Alright, hello, hello. Back. Let's continue this. It is going very well, I think, but might have to limit how many supports I'm actually able to put on this thing, just because of the terrain above it. I'm gonna keep going with it until I feel like it doesn't look good anymore. Let me get that little piece right there. Come on. I like these little wall anchors, though. I am a fan of these. I think I can get one more. Like right over here. I don't know if these are ending up the same height. I guess they're not. Because the tracks themselves are not the same height. Oh, is this not one of the guy that spits rocks? I guess he's not big enough. He doesn't know how. What? Come back. I'll never not be funny. They did not have to make that a possibility. But they did. They did not have to give them such, like, just a complete I'm fucked kind of ragdoll where, like, they just give up. Okay. That's starting to stick out a little bit more from the wall. It would be really nice to have the full circle all the way around for support. I guess I could do a few over here, maybe. And then just leave the middle empty. Because I'd have to start stretching them very far to get them from here. So let's maybe try just doing them from down here. How far from the other little glass tunnel are they? Hey, voice. Hog giving up on life. Yeah, they really do. Like, they... I love Ragdoll in games. That's an especially good one. That's an especially good one. It feels like they just lock up. Like, they go rigid, and they're just like, yeah, this is my existence now. It's just falling from this cliff. How you been, dude? Let's see where this kind of connects. I do have to stretch this one pretty far to get it in the right position. But we'll see how it looks if I do a couple of them side by side. Problem with this one is it's very visible. Like, I like those ones because they hardly clip out. This one's quite visible. And it's also very close to the track, so it's noticeable. I got a lot of mileage from the Oblivion ragdoll back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, I can't speak for the Oblivion ragdoll, but I know that the Skyrim ragdoll is pretty good. I can speak to the Fallout ragdoll, though. That might be a little too close. I feel like ragdoll should be... That should have to be included in, like, any game. I think it just makes every game better. You know? Trying to at least keep these the same height. Close to the same height. I'm good. My daughter was born last Thursday. Hell yeah. Congratulations. Hope she's healthy. From the context, I imagine that she probably is. We're back from the hospital now, back home. Nice. I imagine it probably feels really good to be back in your own place and with a new member of your family. That is awesome. That is very cool. New baby. New little human. That's one of the coolest things ever. I hope that it was I hope that it was a painless. I almost said painful. I hope it was a painless process for your wife. I didn't even, but I knew that it sounded like I was going to, and I'm like, fuck, I don't mean that. I hope it was a painless process. As painless as it can be, like, easy. I know that it inherits some issues, but yeah. Glad you're home. It looks a little weird. Absolutely so nice to be home. Yeah. Yeah. My John Wick impression. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good?
That was really good.
Thanks.
That's-
I've been practicing. It's hard. It's a hard one to do. Yeah. That's like his catchphrase, so. Yeah. Well, that was pretty good too.
Aw,
The one
thanks.
you just did. That's like 80% of his dialogue. I don't think it was painless, but it was quick. No, and I know it. Like, I feels like even a stupid thing to say, but I don't know any other way to express that. I hope that it was okay, but at least it was quick. It's like 35 minutes. Hello. Think you're getting a call. Oh, okay. What's the first thing you did when you came home? Did you just, like, get in your bed and was like, holy shit, this is so comfortable? Mm. I like these little arches, but now I feel like they're kind of overshadowed by the other pieces. Apparently first babies can be like 2 hours of pushing sometimes. Yeah, that sounds absolutely hellish. Like, not even including the time leading up to it. Shower? Fair. Yeah. Reasonable. A reasonable answer. That's actually what that's what I would do as well. After being anywhere for like any extended period of time, I just want to come home and take a shower. Just get like all of the grime of the world off of you, especially if you're in a hospital for an extended period of time. Hospital. Why is that rotated? Who's been rotating my cables? I think I have room for one more of these things. I might not be able to do another. I feel like this would actually end up being like a good foundation for another. What is that? Who are you? Also, how does this guy keep getting back up here? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah? Ow. I'll do it. I'll kill both of us. Just to get a better perspective on the whole thing. Yep. Let's just make my way back around. Actually does look pretty good from far away. I like that little, multiple spine kind of coming over the edge kind of look. I think that's bauxite up there, which I actually need for aluminum. Maybe I could have like a baby's first aluminum factory up here. But yeah, it looks like this might actually be like I could just build on top of this. If it was gridgular, but it is, unfortunately is not. Oh, he just died. He died on the spot. That's all that's left of him. Oh my god, what happened to him? Vaporized. Give me those. Thought we'd only be there for one night. Ended up staying 4. Pretty rough, but the baby's doing well now. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you're planning on only one night and you ended up... That's... I can't be, like, comfortable to be there. Well, I'm glad you're home now. That's nice. I hate being away from home for any reason. Yeah, it is bauxite. It's pure bauxite as well. Maybe if I put down a miner up here, they will stop spawning. I actually did just unlock the alumina recipe. I have not mined any bauxite yet, though. I'm kind of afraid. People told me that heavy modular frames were hard, and then they weren't really that bad, but I've also heard that aluminum is hard. And so now that's kind of the next thing that's spooky. It's the next spooky thing. Which I am also just not prepared for because I'm still redoing my steel. I cannot get distracted by another project. I can't do it. Yeah, they do kind of just overshadow the little arches. Same, brother. You're a homebody as well. Home is where all my stuff is. It's where my cat is. It's where my girlfriend is most of the time. It's great here. I love it. It's a nice place to be. I want to try and take the little sign from down here. Maybe I can repurpose, because I do like that. That helps a little. Now, I might want to have these be metal, or at least, I guess, have them look like they're metal. And maybe paint these black. I don't know what looks better. But let's find out. The black looks good, but the concrete painted to look like metal is not good. There we go. I think the white regular concrete look is actually pretty good. Ooh, the black with the orange signage is spicy good. I don't know what spicy good means, but it just felt right. Self-to-automate phase 2 elevator parts. I got the cold gens working a treat. Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember you were posting about you were having some trouble with your water supply for those things. So you got them working good? Fluids? Fluids are honestly, like, so annoying. And I forgot about that because I hadn't worked with them for a while, and then I decided that I was going to redo something in this building here. Because the bottom 3 floors are basically just fluids. Hated it. I had to take like an hour just to wait for all of the buffers to fill, and since it's a production chain that relies on, you know, previous parts of the chain, I had to wait for one to fill and then, you know, manually like, oh, start my generators, start my refineries. Hated it. Would not recommend. I wonder if I should just kind of extend this out. Like, have the supports come over from the same elevation. Could try that. I don't need that many of them. Went with 2 pumps at 75% and 4 cold gens. Alright. Well, I'm glad you got it working. A lot of the times you don't even, like, need it to work at 100% efficiency. It's fine if it doesn't, but it's just so frustrating when that's... when it just doesn't for no perceivable reason. Like, why? 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 Maybe I can do one more. Let me do one more cheeky little support here, going all the way up. I'm gonna try. Or I could start just attaching them to that ledge there. I could also do like a descending down to there. I didn't mean for this to happen, but now I kind of want to build up here. I want to build something else up here, and I'm thinking about the structure of this new building already. I'm not even done with this one. Why does this happen? "32 gens total. Nice. That should eat up all of your coal, right? From Mark II miners, because I think I did the same. All right. Well, for now, this is not another factory. It's just train supports. So don't get it twisted. But it would be nice if they were at least aligned in elevation. Oh, God damn it. If you switch back to default mode, it clears your nudge. I guess I have to build it in zoop mode, but just... There we go. Yes, I used your coal plant and location as a base. Oh, nice. Cool. I'm glad it could be of help and inspiration. It's a good spot. Although I did realize after I made it, I have a tendency of building plants that need water in areas that are perfectly reasonable to run water to because there's water right next to them, and then running water from the least accessible location possible. I don't know if I can see it from here. Kind of. Actually, if I zoom, the LOD on buildings in photo mode is pretty good. Terrain, not so much. So, like, I have mine there, and I ran the water from there. There's literally a big pool of water right behind it that I could have run the water from. And I didn't realize that until after it was done. Same thing with this building. I need a bunch of water in this building, so I ran it from here along this massive thoroughfare when I could have just taken it from that little puddle back there. I guess it's like, I don't know why I do that. But it's weird that it's happened twice. Is all I'll say, I guess. Now it's starting to feel like I need supports for my supports. Because these are not, like, locked into the wall enough. Why am I losing... I keep losing power. Power is weird over here for some reason. I should stop flying backwards to take a look. I should just use photo mode. I did the same thing. I think I just like a good pipeline. I like being able to see it. So even if I have to run it from a little bit further away. I just like being able to see it. Okay, so what would happen? What would happen if this was gonna happen? What would happen if I did this? And I just stretch this all the way up to the top. Love laying some pipe. Mmm. Clearly you're good at it. Brett made the same exact joke earlier. Alright, let's see if this starts to look a little weird. With it being too stretched away from the wall. Once at least, at least. I don't think it looks too bad, actually. Okay, I'll just go for it. Try and keep them the same elevation. And then I might come back and change the elevation so that they, like, slowly descend. Because I think that could be really cool. It, like, slowly descends to hit this elevation here. Maybe I just do the last two like this and have an elevator. My stupid brain wants to build the factory on top of the train tracks so bad. No, no, no. Okay, that should be a good height for this one. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, down here it starts to get a little bit weird. Because it's a little low. Wonder how it looks to ride through it. I have to take a quick little train ride through it to see afterwards. Oh, this one ends up being too low. Oh wait, no, there's supposed to be an extra layer. What? Sometimes it's hard to place things correctly on top of black painted concrete, because the lines basically disappear. It does kind of obscure the view on approach. I think it looks better from a distance, though, with the supports. That's a proper cliffside train route now. That's not just a couple of tracks. That's heavy duty. It's an approach befitting of the building, I think. Any trains going in and out? Let's take a ride through it. Does it look from over here? Oh, it looks really good from over here. I think the little step down actually looks quite nice. Might look even better if I just removed that and added more of these. I could add at least one more, because the other one pushes directly up to the little glass arch. And then I've accidentally created a really good foundation for a future factory. That I'll probably have to align the supports up top so that they work as like a foundation for something above them. But I really like this. The flat exposed face right there isn't so great, but I think that's the only place where that happens. Maybe it happens here. Yeah, it kind of happens right here too. And maybe we go down with ramps. So it's not just flat up top. Or something like this. Well, that's going to clip through. But I wanted to do something like that. As like the back of the clamp. Which you can really only see once it's up here on this large flat area. Yeah, okay. I like that. Except for where this clips its way out of the cliffside. I guess I just kind of have to do it like that. don't know how to do it here. So I think I just won't. That's pretty damn good. These two in the middle are a bit problematic. Oh, maybe I could just remove those ones. I could either remove them or I could drop one of them down. Alright. I think it's close enough to done. I'll probably have some kind of... fever dream tonight that gives me a new idea. I'll have to come in here tomorrow and put the finishing touches on it. I'll have to quickly scribble it down in my notebook full of sigils and strange sayings. Alright, are you going? You going somewhere? Take a ride. It'll be very jarring because this section of track is very well like over designed. And the rest of the track just isn't. Like, where is he going? Oh, he's going down. Yeah, that's probably even worse. I love this little cliffside overlook, though. Comfy little train ride. I've been spending a lot of time just writing the routes. Oh, I should have timed this one. That's right, I forgot I was timing the train routes. Well, I guess if I really want the time, I can go back in the footage and check. That one it clips a little bit. And it arrives at a bit under-decorated dependency, but that's okay. I just want to see it arrive back at the building. I need more trains in my world. Once I'm done with this building, I'm gonna have one more train, one more fluid train carrying some turbo fuel around so that I can have more trucks as well. Through the pass. I'm very surprised this little section of bi-directional track has not had any incidents. Alright. What does it look like? Hard to appreciate actually as you're arriving, but it looks fine. Looks fine. That little flat piece might actually be perfect for a sign. Yeah, I could put an arrivals sign up. So it's not just empty. Maybe that would make it look like it was less barren, sticking out less if it was just covered. But I'd call that a success. I think that has been a successful overhaul. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. I'm gonna go. I gotta go to the gym and eat some food. So I'll see you around. I'll be back on Thursday for more. Maybe I'll actually be working on a new factory. Who knows? Or maybe I'll just be back here, toiling away in the mines. Alright. Have a good one. See you around. Bye-bye.